Today on Cooking with Ito. I really did not feel like filming today, you guys. I was in such a funk. I mean, it's my first Christmas without my kids. They went to spend Christmas this year with their dad far away, and it kind of sucks. So I'm gonna go to my brother to celebrate Christmas Eve, and I'm here trying to cook some things to bring. So I'm gonna try something new that I've never done before, and it's a puff pastry. And I'm gonna be using these puff pastry sheets. And yeah, puff pastry sheets. And I'm gonna stuff them with mushroom, spinach, which I've already kind of prepared. I will show you. And I chopped some onions and garlic, cilantro, mushrooms, and I'm going to also be adding some ricotta. I'm going to add some ricotta cheese to this, and that's going to be our stuffing for the puff pastry. So I've never done this before. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, so bear with me, and we'll go from there. Now that my mixture is ready, I am ready to unroll the puff pastry. It looks like a plain squared dough, and I did have to keep it in the fridge overnight to defrost it. It's in the frozen section, so don't forget to take it out the night before if you want to use it, or you can also leave it outside for a few hours. So at this point, I am making little cuts into the dough, because I'm essentially going to stuff the middle and then braid the outside. Trying to film and do this at the same time. Yikes. Okay. Then once I've filled them, I'm gonna do an egg wash. Okay, so this is what you're supposed to do. Like this little crisscrossy type of technique. I hope I'm doing the right thing. I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm sure once it bakes, it'll come out very pretty. It always does. Ever try something new and you're just like, oh, this is a horrible fail, and then it actually comes out very pretty and you're surprised. Like, it didn't come out so messed up after all. Yeah, that's how I feel about this. Let me show you the first one. Look, this is the first one, and this is the second one. So I am gonna fix this one a little bit. Now we're gonna be putting the egg wash on top. I just beat one egg with a little tablespoon of water, and then I'm brushing that on the top of my puff pastry. That is going to give us a little bit of a golden color and shine. And then we're gonna bake it in the oven. The finished product, I think they came out quite nicely. One nicer than the other, but they will both taste the same. I'm so proud of them. What do you guys think? I will let you know how people react to the recipes. So excited. Now it's time to make our roasted Brussels sprouts and butternut squash. And the butternut squash was from my garden, which is going to be showcased in an upcoming video once I get the time. So hopefully that will come up soon. I grew this butternut squash myself and I'm so proud of it, and I decided to use it in this meal. And roasting vegetables is one of the easiest things that you can ever do. It is so easy. Just drizzle it with olive oil, some seasonings, and you are set. And what this does is it caramelizes the veggies. It gives it a totally new flavor profile, and you will just never go back to boiling or steaming. In my opinion, vegetables taste so much better when they're roasted, especially with Brussels sprouts. If you have never tried it, give it a try. Roast the Brussels sprouts, and I added some bacon at the end, and this was so delicious. It's healthy and delicious. So bonus points for that. Now for my butternut squash, I added some brown sugar and ground cinnamon and a drizzle of olive oil. As you can see, I had to roast them inside of my cake pans because I ran out of my sheet pans. I only owned 2 of them, and the cake pans were fine. They roasted well in there. So great substitute. If you have aluminum cake pans, you can also roast your veggies inside of them. I made that list, and then that way I keep track of what I've done. So for example, I have already chopped the butternut squash, so I mark it off. I prepped the Brussels sprouts. I cooked the mushroom, spinach ricotta puff pastry. I need to bring the cheese for the cheese board. I have strawberry covered in chocolate, so that's my next thing to do. So that way you stay organized, especially when you're cooking for an event or a lot of people. This keeps you on track. Yeah, I just wet the paper because my hands were wet. I just washed them. So do this in the morning, the day of, and that way you can stay organized and on top of all the things you need to bring. Okay, so now we're gonna make our chocolate covered strawberry. And I'm going to use the Ghirardelli milk chocolate wafers. I'm gonna put some. So we're gonna go to the microwave, defrost. I set them on a paper towel, and I had stored them in the refrigerator overnight, and then I took them out a few hours ago because I want them to be at room temperature. Okay, so you can see our wafers are not completely melted. It took about 3 times in the microwave before I got the chocolate to melt. You don't want to melt it too much. It has to melt when you stir it, because if you cook the chocolate at a very high temperature, it will burn your strawberries. It will scorch the strawberries. So just make sure you finish melting it with your hands while stirring it. So you dip the strawberries. I leave the green leaves on the top so that way I can actually grab the strawberry. Last time I made the mistake of taking all the leaves off, and then I didn't have any way to hold them without getting chocolate all over. So I'm gonna drip as much chocolate as I can. Whatever's left is fine, and then you're gonna set it on your parchment paper. So you set it to cool. The parchment paper helps so the strawberries do not stick to the paper. You can add sprinkles and decorations if you would like as well. You can drizzle melted white chocolate as well. The store I went to yesterday did not have any white chocolate wafers, so I did do that the last time I had gotten the milk chocolate and the white chocolate. It was so good. Okay, so we are almost 2/3 of the way done. I have the rest of the strawberries, this much chocolate, but I do have another packet that I can melt. So we might have to melt another pack, we'll see. But these are the strawberries. When they cool down, you can actually lift them up and they are very gorgeous. And I had some sprinkles that were like Christmassy, so I did put some of them on the strawberries, but just on a few. And you have to do that when the chocolate is hot, or else the sprinkles will not stay on the strawberries. Brussels sprouts.
I'm going to say Christmas Eve is coming soon. Now are you, dear old man? Whisper what you bring to me. Tell me if you can. When the clock is striking 12, when I'm fast asleep, down the chimney broad and black, with your pack, your queen, all the stockings you will find hanging in a row. Mine will.
So cool. Video de toda la comida.